We are live. Hello and welcome to Mary. What do you see? We are here in prime time tonight. It is a great night, and as always, we are the show that is psychically supercharged and here to help. I am back after a few weeks away. I'm Reverend Cal, and we have so much to talk about this week. We've got more planes falling out of the sky, but first, we are going to revisit the Kurt Cobain case. So much has happened, and we've got more to say about this and a special guest. But before I go on, let me clear up a few things. This show is for entertainment purposes only. We have only information available to the general public and whatever Spirit wants to add. Mary is a psychic medium, and she is merely the messenger. So if you don't like the message, take it up with Spirit.
Right.
Good to be back. Missed you all, but looks like we held on the fort pretty well. So hats off to our producer, Mr. TJ Scissorhands, Jason, for running with it. Well done, Jason.
Thank you, Jason.
Thanks, Jason.
And back with me, of course, is our lovely PR person and my co-host, Brooke, down here below me. But, of course, we have one of the top psychics on Earth. As always, we have the one, the only, Mary the Medium. Hello, Mary.
Hey, guys. How you doing? Hey, Dane.
Hello,
Hi,
Mary.
Dane. Yeah, bringing us all the way from Brazil. Dane's going to bring in some key stuff to the Kurt Cobain case. He's going to be joining. Brazil's the same time zone as us, isn't that right? Or
2 hours,
2
hours ahead.
Although it's late summer down there, right? So I know geography. So we're going to talk about the Cobain case a little bit. So welcome to the show, Dane.
Thank you, Jeff.
Dane.
Hello, everyone. I'm very happy to be here.
Yeah.
Hello.
Glad to have you.
Nice to have a face to the chat.
Yeah, it's always good to have a guest. But before we talk about the Cobain case, I want to bring up all these planes that are just falling out of the sky. We had a plane crash just last week in Toronto. I want to put
Oh fuck!
and landed. And
Oh fuck! Oh no!
Eh? Oh no, eh?
oh no way!
Oh no, eh?
Oh,
looked to me
no,
like
no.
maybe
Plane
the
crashed, eh?
Take off, eh?
Oh,
So,
my God.
Mary, what do you?
Oh,
What do you
no
think about
one died,
this
oh,
plane? What are we
no.
thinking here?
Okay, so, guys, I think it was, it's got to be back at the end of 2024. I know I said planes are going to start falling out of the sky. Everybody heard me. You guys heard me. I'm sure some of
remember,
our
yeah.
audience heard, but planes will be falling out of the sky. And we're not done yet with that.
Oh,
Okay. I see and it's going to be tragic. It's going to be an Airbus. It's 380 or something like that. It's got the
Oh,
word,
big
it's
one,
got the
isn't it?
numbers 80 in it. I don't think
It's
it
like
would
the
be
triple decker. Yeah, it's that big one.
Yeah. But I see another incident happening. And so I just want to let everybody be aware of that.
wow! Yeah, those
We are
hold, like,
not done with planes
600,
falling out
800
of the
people.
sky.
Holy cow!
I wonder if they'll start offering parachutes with the flotation device.
Oh God, they need to start
You know,
offering
underneath
more
the seat.
food on board.
Yeah.
More food, more alcohol.
Right.
Yeah, right. But okay, so how many has this made, Jeff?
I get at
Reverend
least
Cal?
6 or 7 in the last month. I mean, it was the big one.
We
with the
got
elephant.
5 more. We got
Five
five
more?
more coming.
Wow!
5 more coming. Not just in the U.S., okay? I'm speaking around the world, but we got 5 more coming. Small, mid-size, major, gigantic, and then back to small, which is covered up for some reason. Yeah.
So what are we looking? Is this like incompetence, or is this someone
Yes.
screwing with? This is just they're not maintaining planes correctly. Is
Right. Incompetence. And then also, but I'm getting this also on a spiritual level. It's like, what the hell did mankind do to deserve this? Well, mankind hasn't been so kind. But I'm getting.
we opened up another mummy a few weeks ago, so maybe that's what we're talking about. I remember.
Did you ever see the footage from the Malaysian air flight with the orbs that were spinning around and then it just disappeared?
I saw roughly about 179 people show up Like 6 of them or 7 of them showed up, silhouettes, wanting to know what happened. And behind them, this was right after it happened. And then behind them, it was all clouds, all smoke clouds. You could make out the silhouettes of heads behind them. And I knew something horrific had just happened. And of course, it was the Malaysian flight. Yeah. No, I didn't see the orbs. I would love to see that.
I'll have to send you that video. It's pretty interesting.
Oh, I'd love to see it. Yeah.
Oh boy. So something spiritual and then incompetence. And we've got a lot more to go. A 380, that's 500, 800 people, depending on how they have it configured. So that's a lot. It's a big airplane. So how many are Boeing? Yeah, they've had some problems in the last few years with their maintenance team, haven't they? Boeing.
I'm driving. Okay.
Oh boy. Oh,
I mean,
wow.
I came back from Texas last weekend, guys, and when we were on the pushback, all of a sudden it was this horrific bump. Like everybody got thrown in their seats. I'm going, what the hell just happened? Hey, Emma. And it turns out that the pushback did something to the nose and the front tires.
Oh.
So we had to wait on the runway. I'm like, I predicted this, guys. I don't want to be a part of it,
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
So what a 2025 it's working out to so far. Really it's been exciting, I can say the least. But we've got more plane crashes to come, more awful things to come. But I want to let's talk about the Cobain case. I'm excited about some of the developments in this case, and of course we've got Dane here to talk about the case. So we did this show. It was one of our first shows close to a year ago, and got a lot of great response. And of course, I screwed some details up, as I always do, because I'm not careful. But yeah, we've had a lot of response, and we've dug quite a bit into it. And Mary, a lot of the things that she saw, some of the witnesses are confirming the things that Mary saw through spirit just in the past from a year ago. So Mary, I think we had talked about a little bit about him being in the back of the house and some being dragged up concrete stairs. Isn't that kind of what you had seen?
Yeah. He was being dragged up to, it looked like a greenhouse, but it was upstairs. And I saw a guy with long hair saying, sorry, dude, the money, kaboom, or kaboom. Sorry, dude, it's all about the money. Kaboom.
Oh, and I was going to say, Dane, if you see a slide that you want me to, that is relevant, just let me know and I'll put it up.
Yeah,
the number.
I don't think I send you anything about the greenhouse, but what Mary said, the greenhouse is like a second floor. There's a garage on the ground, and
wow.
and as Jeff said, I can't remember right now if Mary's first video was before those videos from Joe Burns. That's like a testimony that came forward saying he was there at the night that happened. And I'd like to say also, because this subject is still like it's been treated as a conspiracy theory by most people. And what we have to, because here we're talking with the help of Mary and Spirit, but it's just look at the facts, right? The facts are there, and it shows that can be he unaliving himself. There's so much of that there was no investigation by the police. There was no forensics, no fingertips, and so there's a lot to be answered that there wasn't until today.
Yeah, there was really a lousy investigation done on this. We looked. I asked Mary if this was, the police were in on it. She said no, they just weren't being very careful, or they weren't very good. And I think initially they had assumed it was a suicide and never really looked too much into it. I wish they had. A lot of, like you said, a lot of evidence was lost.
Did he know the Clintons?
Yeah, he had dirt on Chelsea. Probably 10 at the time, wasn't she?
There's
There's
also
not
the narrative, right? Some people say that he was suicidal and he would do that to himself, but those things started to come out by Courtney. He's the one who said he wanted to take his own life, and there's people who lived with him, friends, and nobody thought of him doing that, And there's also a good point because Mary already said about Dylan. Dylan is the guy that was his best friend and the one that supposedly pulled the trigger. He's the one who bought the gun that was used that night, and that's a fact
Really?
because there's a receipt on his name. So the gun was not bought by Kurt, was bought by Dylan. And if Kurt was thinking of taking his own life, would he ask his best friend to purchase the gun that he would use? I think nobody would like to give that weight to a friend, right?
No.
You bought the gun that I'm going to use. So there's a lot of things that need to...
Courtney, no. The money, have they traced the money that bought the gun, where the money came from?
Nobody traced the money, because if they traced it, they would
It would go to Courtney. It would go straight to Courtney. Dylan was being paid by Courtney.
Let's just say she didn't pay cash, maybe.
Right.
He sustained him and Kelly, that's the other guy, for more than 30 years.
Yeah,
Wow.
she supported Dylan. She paid his rent and bought his drugs and basically put him up for 20 years before he finally stopped. She cut him off. But yeah, he certainly it's shameful if that was the case, but he certainly had an incentive to
Kurt was in love. Kurt was in love with another girl.
Yeah, we had talked about Kristen Pfaff. She was the former bass player for Hole. Mary said that they had been secretly texting and talking.
He was in love with her. He wanted to be with her. As a matter of fact, on the other side, he is with her. Yeah, I saw that. Why is everybody going off screen? Is it just me? I keep seeing flashes where everybody pops off screen.
Huh.
I think
I think it's just you.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Maybe it's just me. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
So
go ahead.
yeah. So Dane, what did this guy say? Because I haven't watched anything. And when I read, I'm not here. When I see something, I'm on the other side. I'm up. I'm on a plane. So what did this guy say?
Like Daniel Clint Rich, that guy?
Who?
Or-
Yeah.
Because there are groups today that are working to reopen the case. The one with more professional background is Who Killed Kurt, but there's also Kurt's Army, there's Matthew Ricker and Eric Blank, a lot of people who are working on this case. So the new factor on recent days was the death of Daniel Clint Lynch. He was mentioned on Joe Burns' statement as the one who was on the house. He came up with Dylan, and his role was not clear, right? Joe doesn't say much about him. Yeah, that's him a few decades ago. But on Daniel's deathbed confession, he said he flew Courtney from her hotel. She was doing rehab on a hotel room, and he said he flew her to the house in Seattle to see Kurt's body after it happened. She might be wearing a red dress on that night. That so the red dress became something like a. So that information was he said only on his, but not that's not confirmed. But yeah, he passed away a few weeks ago, and he released a statement to Eric, I think, and it's like though who could Kurt haven't said much about his words. They say he named some people that weren't there, like Matthew Ricker, and so now that's a lot of information to. And this group, who killed Kurt, who is working to reopen the case. But
So yeah, I want to talk about the other people that were said to have been there. I think we're up to about 8 or 10 witnesses, but there's certain witnesses that obviously or weren't said to have been involved, or just saw that but didn't run their mouth. But people like Jessica Hopper and Bonnie. Bonnie was Joe Burns' girlfriend. There's people like that. I think a few of them are deceased now, but I believe Bonnie is still around. So there are people like that would. That'd be the people that would be the ones to talk to. Maybe they have a guilty conscience. So, Mary, do you see? Let's look at Bonnie. We have a slide for Bonnie Dillard. Let's look at her.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. Let me. I have to see her.
Bonnie, he went offline. It's very difficult to reach for her. So.
All right, she's still with us, though. I mean, that's Bonnie.
Okay.
This is Dylan's girlfriend.
Who is this?
No, this is Joe Burns' girlfriend. She claimed to have been, or it was someone said that she was there, had arrived with Renee, but
she got there afterwards.
She was there after he was gone, after he was already dead.
Yeah, like 20 minutes.
Oh, really? Now, did she have any idea what was going on? Was she aware of that, or did she leave?
Yes.
She knew.
Yes.
But she didn't have culpability.
I'm seeing 20 minutes, probably a little bit later. She knew what was going on. This woman is not innocent, guys.
Oh,
not innocent at all. She knew what was happening. She knew about the drugs. She knew, and this is Joe's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Whose girlfriend?
Joe Burns.
Yeah, Joe Burns. Yep,
Joe Burns' girlfriend. Oh yeah, no man. I mean, she's. What is she wearing? Is that military?
Salvation Army, looks like. I think it's Salvation
saw her
Army.
with Joe sitting around doing drugs. I see her with Joe sitting around doing drugs, smoking pot, doing some other stuff. And so she was well aware of Kurt's drug use, well aware. I don't think she was intimately in on Dylan killing him, but she knew that it was going to happen. Is that how do I say that? How do I say that? Spirit is showing me that she arrived already knowing Kurt was dead.
Okay, so she was definitely well aware of what the plan was, or
bingo. That's what Spirit's saying.
Was this pretty well thought out, pretty planned out, like weeks in advance or more?
Yeah, it was. I feel like it was at least 3 weeks in advance, if not planned out further, up to 6 months. 6 months to 3 weeks in advance. I'm seeing people sitting around the kitchen. I don't think it was, I think it was Kurt's kitchen actually at the house, but several of the people are standing around talking. But like it was more like whispers and stuff. Mm-hmm. And they exit. And that's all I see. And then 6 months prior to 3 weeks when it was nailed down. And what do these people have to gain by killing Kurt Cobain? What did they have to gain? is what I'm asking Spirit. Money. So they don't have they don't have any more what is it, competition? Really? Really? I mean, you would kill somebody over competition? I'm sorry, guys. I'm seeing 6 months out, then 3 weeks. The gun was bought 3 weeks before Kurt died. It was hidden, and then I see Kurt's outside, and I see Dylan with the long hair. Someone else was there that arrived with Dylan, came to the house. Dylan's like, "Sorry, dude, it's all about the money." Kabam!
All right, so one of the other guys that was said to have been there, this is Daniel Clint Lynch. This is actually just Joe Burns, is the guy that brought this guy into the case. What do you see with this dude?
He very much a survivor by picking and choosing what's in it for him. Very much a go-getter, make things happen. You tell me what you want done, I'll do it. But very much looking out for Daniel Clint Rich. Very much so. Like not an empathetic person towards someone suffering. I feel like this person took advantage. Why do I have potato chips on my face? Sorry,
They had them with the grilled cheese.
I had it with my grilled cheese. I looked down, I'm like, I got potato chips on my face. But I see this guy was just like all about the money, all about what's in it for me. What can I do? Let me get this done. What's in it for me? We're going to handle this. He was a handler.
Right.
Does that make sense?
We're really reaching for a good person in this case.
We still don't know his real role in the story, but some say he was the one who put the trigger, but then this version was kind of knocked out. And
what do you see his role, Mary? What do you see Daniel?
The handler setting things up.
So he wasn't there?
Yeah, on his confession, Mary, he said he took Courtney Love to see the body. Can you see that if that really happened?
Yeah, he did. And I think he did. Because I see them arriving, okay. And was he betting Courtney Love? Because I see like they are super tight, like
everybody
wrapped.
You mean Pep and
like,
Kitty?
Like wrapped, however many ways my fingers can wrap themselves together. And like he has his arm around her, and it's strange because I'm looking at Courtney's face and I'm not seeing a lot of tears. It's like I felt like she's crying, but not a lot of tears prior and not a lot of tears after. And I see like he whisks her away. This guy.
Right.
Like, okay, so yeah, here's the body. We got it handled. Now, come on, let's go.
All right. Do you see him participate? Was he there during the murder or during whatever they did to Kurt? Was he actually at the house at that time?
No, but he knew it was going to happen. He may have been at the house earlier, prior to, left to go be with Courtney, and then of course somehow, wow, Kurt's dead. They go back to the house.
I think Joe had claimed that this guy was one of the ones that had carried him incapacitated when he was still alive up to the greenhouse. He was found in the it was a room above the garage, so it was a second floor, a guest room. That's where he was found. But I think Mary was the one that suggested that he didn't get there himself. He was carried up to that room. Is that what you said, Mary?
Right. Yes. No, he didn't get there by himself. Absolutely not. He was incapacitated. There's no way he could have gotten up there by himself. No way. Not with the amount of heroin or whatever kind of drugs he did. No way.
So you think maybe Daniel took off before they
Yes.
He was
Yes.
there prior
Prior
helping set up,
to,
but he was
prior
gone.
prior
Can you
to
put up-
probably during, but left,
Right.
like got the hell out of there, went with Courtney because, you know, the deed was done. He had to bring Courtney back. So he was definitely there. Spirit is saying definitely there.
He was
Joe,
definitely.
can you play show Mary on number 10 and 11 slide? Just so she can see what the like how he fell, if that matches what she sees.
Mark Lanning.
No, it's not this one.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Like that.
Yeah, this is a diagram of kind of how the body was found. Kurt was lying on the
Staged.
floor. Staged.
Staged. Absolutely 100% staged.
Yeah, knowing a shotgun, it wouldn't have kicked it out that direction. It would be right.
Yeah, there's an inconsistency of the size of the gun. Some say that he would. There's another picture, Jason, with the police officer holding the gun. We can see
No, that one. Okay.
it's a large. It's not that one. It's a large gun that.
Okay, one. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah. Oh, I see it. Yep. Boom, boom, right there.
That
This one.
Can you imagine the trigger over there and the.
You'd have to use your toe.
Kurt was is not a tall man, right? And
No, he was actually a little below average, but yeah, that's certainly a long barrel gun. So the supposition has always been that gun was even too long to have been in his mouth at the time if he pulled the trigger.
I mean, that's way too long.
Yeah, some say that he might have used his foot, but he was with his shoes, so there's no way of.
There's no way. No
and
way.
And the police say that the gun flipped over. And to justify the size of the shell where they found, so that that's a stage scene.
Yeah, the shell was kicked in the wrong direction had the gun been facing. So they say that it kicked the shell and then the gun flipped over into his lap afterward. That just hard to believe, but yeah, there was there's the suicide letter here. Well, we can talk about how much dope was in his system. He had 1.518 milligrams of dope. That's a lot. That's depending on how that breaks out to active versus metabolized. That would kill most people. That would kill most elephants, man. Wow.
Yeah, there's also the question of will you unalive yourself, and when you shot that amount of substance, there's like you wait until after, right? You wouldn't do it with that on a dope stage.
I'm certainly he wouldn't be capable.
He wouldn't be able to take the needle out of his arm and put his kid away.
Yeah,
it would be hard to do very much. I mean, he would have 30 seconds before he was unconscious, having done that amount of it.
I'd say even less than that.
I mean, he would have been gone, and so and of course, they staged it to make it look like a suicide. Can we go back to that guy's picture again? Because I'm sitting here, I'm like, so
the policeman one where he's holding the shotgun.
Are you talking about
Daniel Clint Rich?
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like his involvement. He did he ever manage Courtney after this? How long did he stay with Courtney? Does anybody know?
I think he was just a loser artist.
I think he worked with. I don't know if dresses or the producing the clothes, like on fashion, something like that, in the industry.
I mean, because I'm seeing his involvement after Kurt was killed. Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing his involvement. And Courtney didn't like the fact that Kurt had a girlfriend. Okay. Kurt wanted out from his marriage, wanted out from her, wanted out from everything, wanted to be left alone, and he was so in love with this other girl. He really was. I mean, I'm seeing them on the other side. She's dead because she was visited by one of Courtney's, what's Spirit saying? One of Courtney's bandmates. She died that night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was there. Eric Erickson. He was there that night. He admitted to being there the night she overdosed. Kristen Pfaff was the bass player from Bull. So the guitar player was there that night.
Yeah, so
that's who Spirit
and Kurt are together on the other side, guys. Not kidding you.
That guy? Oh no, that's someone. Sorry.
No, it's Duff.
Yeah, that's another point, Mary, on the story that we know so far. When Kurt leaves the rehab in Los Angeles and took a plane to Seattle, Duff McKagan, he plays in Guns N' Roses. They were not his Nirvana and Guns were not friends at the time, but they were from Seattle. So Duff claims he took the plane with Kurt on that night, and they arrived together. They went to take the luggage together, and then Kurt went outside to smoke a cigarette and was gone. And then it was the last time he was seen in public.
Mary, do you think Duff is lying? I mean, look at that's Duff McKagan.
Yes, I do.
Guns N' Roses.
Yes.
Is Duff lying?
I do. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's a new name.
Duff?
Yeah.
That's
No, a new name into this mix.
Oh.
Yeah. Buff Duff.
Buff Duff.
And then some people don't think that bald guy, what is his name, Joe? Some people say that he's not 100% credible. Like there's.
Well, of course, look at his history.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm bringing him up.
His criminal history, I think. Yeah. But I think Joe Burns, I mean, I heard that it was trying to believe him was very hard, but he's telling the truth because he had nothing left, you know, he had nothing left to hide. He died. So, and he was facing eternity carrying a secret around. Okay. So he was coming clean. It's not a matter of him trying to be famous right before he died. Can you believe him? I would say 90%. Yes.
Wow. All right. I want to bring up, this is Kristen. This is the one that she is talking about. This came out in our first show. This is Kristen Pfaff. She was the bass player here on the left. That's Kristen on the left, and that behind her, that is Eric Erlickson, who was the guitar player.
Yeah.
And then of course there's
he's
the
evil.
Incubus herself,
He's evil.
the succubus, Courtney Love. But yeah, Kristen Pfaff. That one's she's deceased a few months after Cobain, and she's the one that you think Cobain is with in the afterlife, correct?
Yes, he is. Absolutely. But
She was killed too.
that guy, he's evil as mother F. I mean, evil.
Eric? Yeah.
Yeah, I can't look at him. Is he dead?
Nope. No, Eric's still around. He was definitely not. I believe he was with Courtney, or he was definitely not in Seattle when this happened. So I think he was with Courtney a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of that. But yeah, he's always looked a little dirty to me. And he was at Kristen's apartment. He was the last person to see Kristen.
Yes.
Before she overdosed.
Right. Yeah.
And yeah, Mary
Courtney's always had that not so fresh feeling look to me. Courtney.
She looks not so fresh.
She looks not
so fresh.
I'm not sure Courtney's ever totally been
I don't
showered.
know. She's like a Bell commercial.
I mean, just look. I'm sorry, guys. Just looking at her, I have to go take a shower.
Right?
Yeah, Courtney Love, when she was born,
mean to be mean about somebody.
The doctors never washed her off entirely, so Courtney Love was born dirty and never quite got clean. So she's just dirty. Sorry.
Dirty. Oh, God.
Yeah, she claimed to have slept with Ted Nugent when she was like 13 or something like that.
What?
Yeah.
What?
You know, Ted is one of the few famous people that claims that he doesn't believe Kurt was unalived. Ted, Iggy Pop also, and that guy who produced In Utero, Steve Albini, he died last year, but he was other like known people that publicly said that they don't believe the official statement.
Yeah, I certainly
Right.
wouldn't. I certainly wouldn't think Ted Nugent would go to Courtney's aid after she outed him. After she slept him when she was 13. She embarrassed him, so he's not going to help her out.
That happened? I didn't even know that happened.
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't
Courtney
tell
claims it did.
anybody.
Ted wouldn't have remembered. I mean, Ted actually he wasn't a high on. He wasn't a drunk or anything, but yeah. But Courtney Love claimed
Cops
that.
still
I
around?
mean, Ted Nugent shoots innocent animals. Who would want to sleep with someone who does that?
Well, she was
That's
also she was hanging out with the Red Hot Chili Peppers when she was a teenager. Yeah, Anthony Kiedis wrote it in his book that she met him later on tour with Kurt when they were touring Nirvana, and she's like, "Anthony, do you remember me?" He's like, "Yeah, you were that 15-year-old we threw out of our hotel." So yeah, she was a party girl.
Wow.
But yeah, she had to find her rock star to sleep way to the top, and now she's half a billionaire, right?
So let me ask Kurt's Army, what are they about, Dane?
Kurt's Army, they are kind of arguing with who killed Kurt. I think they are on truce right now, but they believe in different things. The guy on Kurt's Army don't agree with the way who killed Kurt are doing things. But I think Kurt's Army, they want proof that Daniel Clint Rich really passed.
Okay, so we've got two groups here. We've got Who Killed Kurt and Kurt's Army. Are these kind of competing hashtags or groups?
I was reading something that Kurt's Army had said, and they had said something about an interview, Renee, and something else, I think, that are going back on. Well, they don't agree that guy was there, I think.
Well, they don't give you the
and there's kind of two lines. One that believes that Courtney is the mastermind behind it, and other that believe that was the record label.
100% Courtney.
Because that letter that Kurt wrote, he live in Nirvana. Is not he live in this world.
Right.
So the letter he wrote in Rome. Mary said before that 3 weeks in Rome that was the first attempt to take Kurt out of the scene.
Wow.
And
wasn't he in rehab?
Yeah, he overdosed on GHB.
He overdosed
a few weeks before he passed.
He overdosed on GHB?
What's GHB?
The stuff that Diddy puts in Bayville.
Oh,
it's kind of like alcohol.
Some say
makes me drunk.
So people knew that he was leaving Nirvana. He wanted to leave, so it might be a response of the label.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I can see that.
The two lines they work on Courtney and on Geffen Records.
Yeah, I turned David Geffen down for a yacht job. He didn't pay enough.
Isn't he a creeper?
How can David Geffen be cheap? He's like damn near a trillionaire, isn't he?
Yeah, but you know what? He, as a second executive chef, this is like 20-something years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what's the figures?
This is that Renee guy that Joe Byrne said was there. Kurt's Army claimed he wasn't there. Mary, what do you see when you look at this guy?
A wannabe.
He's a wannabe?
A wannabe. Not clean. Not clean at all. Let me ask Spirit. Supposedly he was there.
That's what Joe Burns had claimed, but I think someone had just said
that's a theory, I guess,
that the Kurt's Army wasn't necessarily agreeing with that. Was it Dane that mentioned that the Kurt's Army said
he mentioned another name. It was Renee and something else.
That's Renee. But yeah, Renee.
I'm getting this guy was there at Kurt's house.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit, how many people were over there, Mary?
I mean, there were a lot there. They were coming and they were going.
Right.
Okay. This guy was there. Was he there at the time that it happened? I think he was there. He was there like a day and a half before it happened. Like he was there, then he leaves, then he comes back. I mean, did this guy just have carte blanche to walk into Kurt's house?
Well, he worked for them. Renee worked for Kurt and Courtney.
What was his job title?
What did he do? I don't know. He wasn't the nanny. That was Callie.
Yeah, Callie was fucked up individual. God, probably
Yeah,
still does.
I think everybody agrees Callie was dirty, and he actually was. He said
Yeah.
that he was house sitting at the time.
Yeah,
He maintained Courtney's hedges.
this guy was there.
Right, I was gonna say that.
This guy was there. This guy was there.
He liked to watch.
All right, so was he involved? Was he part of the plan, the team?
I think he knew about it. Yes.
So he was part of the crew. Yeah.
So, I mean, Spirit's saying yes.
He looks a little weaselly, like.
Let me sit back and look at him. And okay, if I'm in tomorrow and I'm looking at his face, yes.
How old is that picture?
Pretty old.
Yes.
Pretty old?
Yes.
Yeah, he was there.
Yes.
All right.
He
Now we're
was
gonna
there.
make Kurt Army mad, but all right. So Mary says that he was there.
He was there. He was like not directly in the line of sight, but hanging off in the back, like in the back. I mean, but he was there. He was not like, picking up the body. It was almost like he was hanging out in the back when I'm looking at the people there.
All right. So
He's hanging out in the back.
he didn't survive very much longer.
He's dead?
Daniel Clint Rich, I believe he's dead, isn't he?
Oh, Daniel Clint Rich.
Maybe he's not.
No.
I think maybe he's not dead, but yeah, a lot of the people are deceased who were there involved with this. The one was Macaulay Culkin's sister was there, but she's now deceased. Was that Jennifer?
That was she OD'd, right?
Did Jennifer McAdams OD?
This guy, he came in like
Never
through
met
the
him.
garage. Like, what was going on in the garage at Kurt's house?
Well, the room was above the garage, the greenhouse, but there was
Yeah.
a garage down there. You're thinking something was going
Wow.
on below that?
Yes, something was happening down below that. He walked into the garage. That guy you just showed me walked into the garage. I'm like, he was hiding out on the outskirts, like not in direct sight of everybody there. He's in the background. And so this is strictly OD'd. God, what a waste.
He wasn't
I've never
silent
heard
or
this
anything.
Macaulay Culkin sister thing ever.
Yeah.
That came out on Joe Burns' testimony.
Yeah, it came out that she was there, I believe, in relation
She
to
was a friend, right?
yeah,
Friends with
she
these
was,
guys.
I don't know, she was friends with Callie, or they were all kind of hangers on, I guess. There was
Well,
this
they're a
party
bunch of
seemed pretty
junkies. They
big.
hang out
All
together.
kinds of people hanging on for drugs
Yeah.
and fame.
Yeah, that's
Well,
what they
and
do.
Courtney's sleeping with everybody and giving away free heroin.
Mm.
It's free for all,
Passing around the CDs, yeah. Mm.
right?
But that guy you just showed, guys, he was in the garage.
He was in the garage. Oh, you're talking about
Renee?
Renee
Renee. With the
So he was
pussy
there, but
hair.
he was downstairs in the garage, like below
Right.
the
Yeah.
greenhouse.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I think okay, if I'm looking through his eyes, I'm looking out and I'm seeing people carrying Kurt up. So he was in the garage. I'm looking through his eyes.
Oh, okay. You're seeing two guys with there's two guys carrying Kurt?
3.
Three guys? All right. What do the three guys look like?
One was that guy that's the hanger on the puppeteer. I mean, not the puppeteer. The one that um was went back, got Courtney. He left, went back, got Courtney. He came with Courtney back to the place. The other one looks to be like the guy with long hair. Was that Daniel? The guy that shot him?
I think Dylan was the guy you said shot him. Dylan Carlson.
Yeah, Dylan.
Yeah, he had long hair. I'm not sure what color it was
And
at
then
the time.
and then there's another guy.
There's a third guy.
Third guy.
All right, so we're looking at Dylan Carson, we assume, Daniel Clint Rich, and a third guy.
Kelly,
Huh?
Callie?
Michael Kelly, the nanny.
Could have been. He was fucked up.
Yeah,
God,
he was strung out pretty
up
bad.
that day. He was messed up.
Yeah, I think he was among the worst out of that crew.
Mhm.
As far, drug wise.
Super messed up that day.
So what does that third guy look like? Does he have long hair? Is
Short
he
hair.
guy?
No,
I
short
think
hair.
Callie's pretty tall.
No, short hair.
Oh, short hair. Oh, okay, he has short hair. Maybe that is Callie then.
Callie had short hair.
Yeah, I haven't seen pictures of Callie with long hair, so I think he kept it short. So you're thinking maybe Callie was the third person dragging Kurt. All right, so we got really the four people who were involved, and then we've got some hangers on.
Hangers on.
So, yeah, we've got someone's got to start talking. Hopefully, one of the people who didn't have culpability, or someone's got to open their mouth. So I think the more pressure this case brings, and the more exposure it brings, someone's going to eventually have to open their mouth.
I just saw. Remember, I said something about brick or stone or something kind of steps. Do you remember me saying that?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm standing in the garage with this guy. What's his name? The poofy haired Renee.
No, I'm sorry, Renee. Yeah, Renee Navarrete.
I'm standing in there. It's like I'm a fly on the wall, folks. Okay, I'm standing in the garage, and he's like, "Oh shit!" And I see 3 people carrying him up the stairs. I'm watching it.
Right. Oh dear. So I remember Mary had said that you saw Dylan had been crushed with guilt later on in life. That he had realized what he had done, and today he's crushed. Maybe he's the one that might want to open his mouth. I mean, he's in trouble, of course, but unburden himself, right?
Well, it seems like a lot of people are doing that right before they die.
Look at deathbed confession. Maybe we'll get one of those out of one of these idiots.
I mean, you don't want to carry that with you to the other side, folks, because that's what keeps you earthbound or sends you to a gray area. The shit that you do on this side. So you need to clean up your act. You need to make amends, say you're sorry, ask for forgiveness, and hope to God you reach the pearly gates. And I'll tell you, one guy yesterday at the post office, one guy goes, "Ma'am, I was here first." And he gets in front of me. I said, "Oh, I'm sorry." He said, "It's a long line." And I said, "Wait till you get to heaven." I go in through the side door, people. When I'm shoving people up there into the light, I go in through the side door, and it is as long as the eye can see to eternity.
You get to cut to the front of the line, Mary?
No, but I'm like 3rd row back.
Oh.
If I were better, nicer, I probably would be right at the gates with.
I'll grab a seat near you, Mary.
Well, on that note, I think it's time for our sponsor. We got to pay the bills, kids.
Yeah, we got to pay some bills, folks.
Gotta pay the bills.
We got to do this. Who's our sponsor today? We got our sponsor pulled up here. We got Jason's reminding we got bills to pay, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me find our sponsor here.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Today's show is brought to you by Periscope, new ultra powerful, ultra light special analysis light. This is our great thing to bring to you on vacation or visiting relatives. It works on all manner of body fluids and other effluvia. If you order today, we'll include a free order of Skank Be Gone. Get yours today. I think we found a winner. Mary likes this one.
Yeah.
I'll tell my brother to order up some.
Oh my God, my face is turning red.
Courtney was my Courtney
Oh,
was my muse for this one.
Oh, she
Yeah,
was.
Courtney inspired us to bring a new product to the
So
market.
don't stay in cheap hotels.
Oh,
Bring your own bedding.
it's all itchy. Yeah.
Yeah, hotels are disgusting. You just got to pretend it isn't there. You know, I stayed in hotels a lot, and I just I dealt with it. It's gross. Yeah, I touch a lot of things that are nasty. So we've got some ghost pictures, don't we? We have,
You have a crazy one, man.
I got a crazy one today, guys. This was taken today.
This is today. Okay, so what do we see in this picture here? Obviously, Mary lives in a very warm climate.
Yeah, so this is Mar-a-Lago, President Trump's
house. Okay.
Okay. And so my nephew went there today to set up for, I guess they were having like kids over and stuff. So he was setting up equipment and stuff. And so he's like, look, see, I'm at the president's house. And he sent me this picture. I'm like, don't take any more pictures. Secret Service is going to confiscate your camera. Stop, put it away. And then I looked at the picture. I'm going, damn it, take more pictures, take more pictures. Because in this picture is a woman in a ball gown that appeared on a palm tree.
That black?
Can you blow it up? Yeah. That's a woman in a black,
let me
black evening dress. And I'm like,
you circled it right there. Stay with the. Yep.
Yeah. There she is.
And that guy in orange doesn't have legs.
Yeah. In broad. Oh, yeah. I noticed that too. In broad daylight, guys.
So is there anything there normally, or is that just a shadow, or what?
No. That Cristiano has a gift, just like my gift. He's my nephew.
Insane.
And so they know this, so they appear for him. The problem is he was more focused on the house, taking pictures of the house. I looked at the picture. I said, this is what you actually took. And I sent it back to him. And it was this woman.
She was showing ankle. She was showing ankle.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I'm like, who is this dead woman at Mar-a-Lago? Who is she? And I thought that, yeah, because look at the picture on the right, how I circled out beside her. The very top photo looks like Trump's hair. You see her head? Now look up at about, right up above her.
Oh, okay. I see where, I see.
Yeah, it looks like Trump's hair. Who is this woman? Is what I want to know. Who's this dead woman at Mar-a-Lago? I mean, that blew me away. My nephew took this picture, guys.
Someone says there's a man in the palm tree halfway up. Top left ranch, mustache looks Hispanic.
That's Secret Service. Yeah.
That's probably
it's the agent. Red team go! Red team go!
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and my nephew looks so much, unfortunately. But I mean, he could be the brother to Luigi Mangione. And I'm like, wear a hat, wear glasses, do something. Yeah. Speaking of which.
Yeah,
there's Luigi. He actually made a statement this last week, his first public statement. He's the guy that he shot the CEO of United Healthcare in the back of the head. Been viewed as a hero by some people.
The
United Healthcare guy was famous for denying claims, and apparently he thought maybe he was saving lives by getting rid of this guy. So, a lot of people view him as a hero, and nice eyebrows, though. I mean, well shaped.
Yeah.
Well, my nephew looks very similar to him. My nephew.
Women are really like him. Yeah, he's kind of like the teen heartthrob right now. All the girls are.
That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
twisted.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure he's the belle of the ball in prison.
He's, you know, this guy could probably hurt some people, but something just doesn't add up. It doesn't add up.
Well, what was oops, a little preview there, but like, look at the like, he could have taken it off, but they're I don't know. Do those look different? The nose, it could be the angle. No.
Yeah, the nose does
Yeah.
look very different.
The nose is very different. He's got a
guy,
big nose.
yeah, the guy
kind of
on
like
the
the
left
different
had
Bidens, the one with the ears attached and the one's not. You know, Biden. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Like some of them, his earlobe's attached, and sometimes it's not.
Guys, it looks like two different people.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. The guy on the right, he's got more of a pointy nose, pointier chin. And the guy on the left, he's got more, more broad here.
So what do you see, Mary? What do you see going on here? Is Luigi being
Something's
framed?
not, yes, and something is not right with this. Something is not right. I don't feel like he acted alone. Okay, he did not act alone. These are two different people. And how about the color of the jackets, guys? Does anybody notice the color of the jackets?
I was saying that even though with camera and description, like how different cameras, it's different. A little, like look at the arm. Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
the face is different. I mean, does Luigi have a brother? Does he have a cousin that looks just like him? Does
Mario? No, I don't know.
Twin brother. The nose is certainly different. Okay. And the face, the angle of the face is different. My friend said Mar-a-Lago was built in 27, so you have 98 years of history there. So no telling who all died there, guys. But back to Luigi Mangione. I'm sorry. Something is terribly, terribly wrong. When I saw him, I'm like, no, God, please no, because I just felt so bad for this kid because I knew it wasn't right. Not what he did. I knew what the cops were doing wasn't right. I knew what happened to him wasn't right. And I still feel that way. Look at his nose. All right. Look at his nose. Look how pointed it is in this picture. Look at the ball on the end of his nose in this picture. Two totally different noses, guys. He did not act alone.
How many were in on this with him, you think?
Two. Just him and this other person. He did
and this
not.
was like a vendetta. This was like getting back at.
I feel like somebody. I feel like
he was set up or like used as
yes,
like kind of like a Manchurian candidate kind of thing.
Set up. You bet.
Yeah, I believe he's got a big family.
He's related to the Pelosi's.
No, well, he's got
if anybody,
there you go.
If anybody, please, if anybody can dig some dirt up, okay, and find out who else was with him, that's the killer. Okay, it is not this kid.
He's got a cousin that's actually a state congressman from Maryland.
I'm telling you, there was another person involved. I'm telling you, there was. My heart just dropped. I felt so bad for this kid because he was being used.
That's what I got when it first came out.
Used.
It's being used, huh?
I will not let this one go.
All right, here's his picture. This is his cousin. He's a state congressman out of Maryland. This is Nino Mangione. Nino look like a good guy to you, Mary?
Look at the face. Look at the nose.
He's a first cousin. They look alike, don't they?
Oh my God. Put a hood over his head. Holy cow. I'm looking at one of the hooded people.
What? This is congressman that he's from congressman from Maryland. You're thinking he has something to do with this?
Well,
look at the nose, guys. Look at the pointed chin. Look at the eyebrows.
You said that he's related to Pelosi?
Yeah, that's what somebody said. I mean,
wow.
Okay.
That family's very honest.
Yeah, Nancy Pelosi, the same. He lived and worked in Pelosi's backyard in San Francisco.
Oh, his grandfather was a friend of the Pelosi family. This is Mangione's grandpa.
Wow.
That's wow.
What I want to know is, did he have his beard at the time of the shooting of the United Health CEO? Did that congressman have his beard? That's something to look at, because he sure fits the look of one of the hooded people there.
Wow.
Well, they're an Italian family from Baltimore, and they had a dozen kids, so there's a lot of people that look like him.
Yeah, I'm telling you that I feel like Mangione was set up and took the fall for someone else. Yep. I'm not going to let that one go. I am not.
No. We'll keep digging. See if he's got some more cousins. It looks like he's a big family he's got. So lots of. But you're thinking that Luigi Mangione is perhaps the wrong guy, huh?
Yep. He did not act alone. I feel like someone else put him up to it. There's a reason he was that he was there, that he was arrested. Is it to get back at someone else? Is my thing. But so this kid got sent upriver for a vendetta that I believe someone else in his family owed, and I'm serious, he was set up.
So we're definitely gonna not let this one go. We'll keep digging.
I'm not.
See if I can't bring on some suspects, or maybe open up this case a little bit more. But we'll continue to watch this case, and of course the Cobain case. That's going to be our thing. But we'll get back to that case also. Mary, we talked about you had you were promoting. What are we talking about?
Okay, so I had such an overwhelming response to pet readings of the week that Jason, Brooke, you too, Jeff, we're going to open up another podcast, and it's pet readings of the week. And so Mary the Medium and Pet Psychic. So this will happen this coming week. We haven't set a date yet. I think it's maybe Wednesday or Thursday. But I want to hear from the viewers, like what night works well for them, because I don't know.
I think we're gonna start just pre-record it just to get it, put together, right. And then from the response, just kind of go from there. But we're open to suggestions.
Yeah. So send your pets, guys.
Yeah, pet pictures if you have questions.
Yeah. And then, guys, I wanted to do a promo. Spirit Fest is happening right now in Florida. I am appearing at the West Palm Beach Spirit Fest, March 22nd, 23rd, I think. I'll be doing psychic readings. I make my own holy soaps. I'll be selling those. And if you want any here on the website, let me know. Let anybody know, and I'll send you a bar. It's got Lourdes holy water. It's got a Vatican holy water. It's got sage. It's got, you name it, frankincense in it. And all natural you can just leave it in your bathtub and just let it melt, and you have all these pretty flowers floating around. It's got olive oil.
What a cool
shea
idea,
butter.
Mary.
Yeah, so I'm going to be there, and then I'm going to be in Orlando the week after the West Palm Beach Spirit Fest. It's Spirit Fest USA. They have a lot of cool vendors, but I'll be in Orlando, and I'm supposed to speak in Orlando.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, one of the vendors, one of the readers, psychic readers, and I'll be speaking. And I'm like, remember I was named to the top 5, but 2 people have
You are
died.
Yep.
died.
You
So
got
you're
bumped up
in
after
the top 3.
Top 3 psychic mediums in the world, guys. So
Right.
yeah, I'll be there in Orlando, March 29th.
Terrific.
And we got
So,
to
yeah,
come
if you
up
wanna
Mary,
get down-
for the remote viewer thing. We got to come up with the more descriptive for your
Yeah,
gift.
because when people think of remote viewers, they think of like a letter hidden inside an envelope. I'm sorry, I don't do that. I literally am back in time to when the thing happened, standing there watching who did it.
Mhm.
Okay, watching who was involved, like a short little movie playing out. What do you call that? I think it's a psychic remote viewer.
See,
Personally.
I've had premonitions like that, but I can't just go there. Do you know what
I
I'm
do.
saying?
So what do you
Yeah.
call that? I mean, nobody seems to know the answer to that. So I've
Advanced?
always said a remote viewer.
Yeah, gifted.
A remote viewer. I mean, most mediums can't do that. So what
No.
do you
Yeah.
call that? What do you call that? That's not a medium. That happens to be like someone who
It's
can
more special.
time travel, but someone who is there watching it all play out.
a wizard.
You're a seer.
Well, it's like you have control over your time and space. Like you can
Yeah.
literally go through. Yeah,
Like
Dang,
Zach
if
Morris.
you can figure out a name.
you're
Saved by the Bell?
remote control, like a dimensional remote control.
Right. I'm a remote control psychic.
Yeah, I also have a stove in my house that had a button that said stop time, and it didn't work, but it would have been cool. If it
Oh.
worked. Just stop.
Oh,
time for a little bit, it'd work.
right.
Ah, get it?
Oh,
Shoot.
All right, we've got to work our way out of into some degenerate speech, right? We're kind of running out of things to talk about, so we are really running up against the end of our time here. So if you do want those, what soaps are they called, Mary? What are the soaps?
Well, they're just Frankie and Lords. That's the name of my company, Frankie and Lords, for frankincense and Lords.
Okay.
But they're spiritual soaps. I mean, like, seriously, guys, if you do psychic investigations, or if you have a gift and you feel like something's around you, take a bath or take a shower with these.
or an evil sister-in-law.
You're in a bad spirit, so yeah, you can get it off of Mary's Instagram or
Right, yeah.
Spirit Fest down in West Palm Beach. Looks like exciting stuff. A little far for me, but it seems warm.
And also Dane, great.
And
It was great
Dane,
having you.
thank you
Yes.
so much.
Yeah, appreciate
Thank
your
you.
expertise.
It's awesome to watch the show from inside. It was an amazing experience, and
Happy to have you.
I'll be here next week watching as always. So thank you, and let's follow the Cobain case also.
Yeah,
let's get that bitch in
there's
jail. Huh?
I think there's some there's some what do you call it? I'm totally like never mind. A pledge, not is it a petitions to open it up, right?
Yeah, they're trying to. I would ask Mary if she can see some moving forward on this.
Somebody shuts it down with the sheriff's office. Somebody shuts it, somebody shuts it down, tells a judge, a friend of theirs who's a judge, and they just shut it down, but it needs to resurface and come back again. Keep hitting them. Keep up with that petition. Okay.
Yeah, Yeah.
All right. Yeah, let's keep up with the Kurt's Army and justice for Kurt and all the people working hard, bringing justice. We've done a lot in the
Right.
last year, considering this was almost 30 years ago. But
Yeah.
incredible work, guys. Appreciate your time, Dane. Appreciate your expertise. And thank you, everybody out there, for seeing, for joining us. See the same names every week. So really like to see you guys. And, thank you, everybody, for thank you, Jason and Mary, for running with the show for a few weeks. And thank you, Brooke, for being the lovely co-host. But really want to see everybody next week, 9:30 Sunday, and we'll be back here in 1 week. And stay tuned for more stuff on the Mary the Psychic Pet Show. But lots of stuff exciting happening here. So we're going to see you in 1 week. Appreciate everybody. Thank you.
Thank
Mhm.
you.
Yeah. Thanks so
Thanks.
much.
Bye,
Thanks,
everyone.
Dane. Mwah.
Bye-bye.